Everyone, it's Chaos World here, and I'm with Eon, and I want to do the new character tag by KB Productions. And if you do watch this, no big deal about it. Like, if it's at all similar to my tag, I don't care. It's all good. So this is Eon. This is what he's wearing. Still wearing the same clothes from the last time he was in a video a long time ago. So let's begin. What is your doll's sexuality? Eon is straight. Even though, like, he seems like he isn't because he's dressed like this. But his character actually hates it. And he feels like it's degrading. But I like him in this girly stuff, so I put him in it anyway. So, that's it. And, 2 is, does your doll have any lovers? No, Eon does not have any lovers. He has a crush, though, on my other character, Maybell. He has a big crush on her, but doesn't have any lovers. Number 3, do they have enemies? He does not have any enemies. He has people he dislikes, but he doesn't dislike them to the point of being an enemy. Number 4, where do you think they would live in the past, present, and TV world? Okay. In the past, Eon would live in, like, medieval times, and that's basically because, for those of you who don't know, he's a shapeshifter, so he transforms into a wolf. Anyways, so in medieval time, he'd find it, like, more easy to hide, basically. He could just stay in his wolf form and just run around, and there's not as many cities or, like, as much industrialization or anything in medieval times, and people don't really mess with wolves like they don't in this time, but back then they really didn't mess with wolves, so not even to, like, study them. So he'd basically be like, yay, I'm a free wolf, I can run around, I can do what I want. There's no risk of me, like, hurting anyone or anything. So in the present, he would live in British Columbia because that's where his crush, Mabel, lives. Well, but that's where she was born and kind of raised. And he was born there too. So he'd go back there, and that's the place where she visits the most often. So his chances of seeing her more often, it would be if he lived in British Columbia. So that's where he'd probably be. A TV world he'd live in, it would be, this one's hard, but it'd probably be like Teen Wolf. Mostly because, I don't know, actually. I saw the first episode, but then I didn't watch past that, and I liked the first episode. So I was thinking, oh, well, he could be on that too. I was gonna say Twilight, but then I was like, no, that's too mainstream, and I don't even like it like that, so yeah, that's where he'd be. Number 5, would your doll have BJDs? No, Eon would not. He doesn't really have very much. He only carries around his essentials, basically, so he would think that, like, carrying around a BJD is, like, useless to him, pretty much, because he moves around a lot of the time, so he's like, just carrying around this object that doesn't do anything for me is useless. That's how he would, like, think of it. Anyways, number 6, how do you think they did in school, good or bad? So, it's a little bit different for Eon because he's an elf. See little ears, point. Yeah, so he, in my world, he goes to elf school, and he didn't really interact with humans or anything. But basically, elf school's not too far different. It's like there's definitely a lot of differences, but the concept is the same. It's kind of like the difference between going through public school and, like, Catholic school. Like, the whole system is and purpose is basically the same, but there's differences. So that's, like, it for Eon. And I'd say, like, he was a good student. He wasn't, like, number 1 top student, high honors type thing. He was basically just an average student. His grades weren't bad. His grades weren't amazingly good. He's just an average student. Number 7. What kind of pet would they have? Eon would probably have a raven because he wouldn't have to, like, take care of it. Like, it wouldn't be in his home or anything. He would let it be free in the woods, and if he runs into it, he'd be happy with that. And he really he respects how intelligent the ravens are, and because they are pretty intelligent birds, so I could see him having a raven. Like, he'd be in the woods and a raven just comes over and like lands on his shoulder or something. That's his little pet. The next question, number 8, is when is your doll's birthday? Ian is born August 13th. The year, I'm not so sure on that. I don't even know his age, which is really sad. But he hasn't told me how old he is, so, and also for a long time, so that is as well. So I don't know the year, but August 13th is his birthday. Number 9, who would they date from another person's crew? This one was really hard for me. It took me like good 20 minutes being like, who would he even date? Because Ian is antisocial. He is a lone wolf. Like, his theme song would be him going around being like, no new friends, no new friends, no new friends. Like, he wouldn't see like a character from another person's crew and be like, oh, I would like to meet them. No, Ian's that one guy in the corner, and he's like, don't come near me. He's not like one of those people in the corner who are like, I'm so lonely. He's like, no, I put myself in this corner. Leave me alone. I'm in my corner. So, yeah, it was really hard because I'm like, what about this person's character? He's like, no new friends, no. So that was really hard. But I finally found one. They're off of Instagram. I don't know if they have a YouTube, but the name I wrote down is Maxtastic BJD, and her character, Gwen. And the reason why Ian would date Gwen is because she's the same sculpt as Maybelle. So he'd be like, she kind of looks like my crush. I would date her. He's like, I still don't like the fact that she's a stranger, but she looks a little bit like, they're not the same. They don't look alike at all. They're not even the same skin tone, but probably the tiny bit of similarities just because of the same sculpt. He'd be like, she kind of resembles my crush, so I guess I'll go with her. And then number 10, how tall is my doll? So Ian is not tall. He's a short doll, and I think he would also be a short person too. I think I was gonna say like 5'1", but he's not that short. He's maybe like 5'3". It's not that much a difference, but he's a pretty short guy. And yeah, he used to have like a big temper too. Because when people used to pick on him for his height, he used to have like a really big temper about that. I think he still does. He just acts like it doesn't bug him, but yeah, if people pick on him for his height, he gets really angry. So yeah, that's all. The tag was definitely fun. It was hard because I'm like, what character do I want to do it with? But Ian ended up winning. Oh, he's so cute. Anyways, I hope to see more people do this tag. I'm gonna tag everyone to do it. So until next time, guys, bye.